You might not know this, but I have a background in science, so I'm going to give you a science-related joke for today. And a photon walks into a hotel to check in. The person at the front desk, they ask, "Do you need any help with your bags?" And the photon says, "No thanks, I'm traveling light." Because photons, when they're moving light it's fine. Hey everybody, Nick from 9Card TCG, and today we're going to be talking about the winning deck from the Aichi Championship League over in Japan that just happened the other day. This was a big tournament with about 1,200 people, I think a little bit more than that, and we have a winner. I don't know how to say their name because I'm a terrible person, so I'm just going to pop up their Twitter profile, and I'll have a link in the video description, and this is who won, and we're going to talk about the deck they used to do it. But before we do, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe, give a like, and leave a comment on this channel. Those are all things to tell YouTube this is a good video, and other people should watch it. If you're in the market for some TCG accessories, I am now affiliated with Dragon Shield. That means you can use the link in the video description to get yourself some awesome Dragon Shield matte sleeves. They're the only ones I use, and you show up to regionals looking and feeling like a pro. I get a kickback, which means I'm able to make more and better videos for you guys. Lastly, there is an option to become a channel member. You can click the join button to see all the different perks you get. There's never any expectation for anyone to join. Just you being here watching is enough for me. Now, with all that out of the way, we're going to head over to PTCGO so we can take a look at this Championship League winning deck. So, before we start talking about the deck in its entirety, first off, congratulations to the winner of the Aichi Championship League. 1,200 people is a very large tournament to win, so congratulations there. It is definitely well earned. There are 2 cards here. This is the same exact 58 card list. And the reason why I say 58 cards is because in Japan, Battle Region is, or what will be part of our next set, Astral Radiance, is already out and legal for standard format play. And we don't have that yet. Now, the deck does only have 2 cards from Battle Region. One of them is Roxanne, which is a supporter card, and the other is Jubilife Village, or Jubilife City, whatever, Jubilife Village, I think, which is a stadium card. So we had to work around that a little bit, and I thought the best way to do it was to add a 3rd Path to the Peak and a 3rd Marnie. We could make the argument for Rose Tower, something that lets you draw a little bit, because that's kind of the effect of Jubilife Village. Once during your turn, you may draw until you have 5 cards in your hand. I'm pretty sure that's the effect. Now I have to go ahead and confirm. Once during each player's turn, that player may shuffle their hand to their deck, then draw 5 cards. If they do that, that player's turn ends. That's Jubilife Village. So we can maybe go Rose Tower to draw a couple of cards as kind of a, maybe we will do that now that, like, just so we can have a somewhat similar effect. Once during each player's turn, they may draw until they have 3 cards. I don't want to save this just yet. I want to talk about it first. And the other one is Roxanne. That's a supporter card that you can only play if your opponent has 3 or fewer prizes remaining. You should both players shuffle their hands into their deck. The person who played Roxanne draws 6. Their opponent draws 2. We don't have anything like that. Reset Stamp was rotated at the last format rotation, so we have an extra copy of Marnie because it's the closest shuffle effect, and our opponent's drawing less cards than us that we have. We could make this a judge. In fact, Marnie technically doesn't shuffle the hand back into the deck, it puts it to the bottom of the deck, and Judge does shuffle up the deck. So maybe we do one Judge just to have that same shuffle effect. Are these the best decisions? I don't know. But this is what we're going to go with. The rest of the deck is very similar to an Arceus Inteleon build, where we have our Arceus VSTAR Starbirth. Is an incredible ability. It's a once per game ability that lets us search our deck for any 2 cards we want and add them into our hand. Trinity Nova for 3 colorless energies does 200 damage, and then we can search our deck for up to 3 basic energies and attach them to our Pokemon V in any way we like. Now keep in mind that Pokemon V-Star, V-Union, V-Max, they are all considered V-type Pokemon. So you can accelerate this energy to anything that has V in its name like that. We are running a 4-3 line of Arceus V and Arceus VSTAR. We have Dunsparce to provide fighting type weakness or resistance. How do I want to say this? No colorless Pokemon has fighting type weakness. That's what it does. Okay, moving on. Manaphy has the wave availability, so our opponent can't hit our bench from things like Rapids like Urshifu, Jolteon. We are protected with Manaphy. And then we have 4-3-2 Inteleon line. This is all shady dealings. We do have the Rapid Strike Sobble because we can keep calling if we absolutely have to. Get 3 basic Rapid Strike Pokemon onto the bench. Of course, the only Rapid Strike Pokemon we run is Sobble, so we'd be searching for more Sobbles, but at least we wouldn't lose the game if that's our only Pokemon. We do have the Shady Dealings Drizzile. When we evolve this card, we get to search a deck for any trainer card we want and put it into our hands, and then Inteleon has the same ability, but now we get to search for two trainer cards. Echoing Horn, put a basic Pokemon from your opponent's discard pile onto their bench. This is really nice because we can search it out with Inteleon, we can search it out with Drizzile, and then we can play Boss's Order so that we can bring it to the active and take a KO with like Arceus VSTAR, even the V. We can attack with Aqua Bullet for 120 damage. We do run the Water Energy, so we hit 120 to the active, and then we put 20 damage onto one of our opponent's bench Pokemon. Helps to kind of soften them up, and then we take a 1-prize Pokemon. This way we're not offering up 2 prizes constantly, so the ideal path would be 2 V-Stars, the Inteleon, and then another V-Star. That's ideally how we want to give that prize trade. Our Pokemon Search, Evolution Incense, Level Ball, and Quick Ball are going to help us find our 90 HP Pokemon or less, our basic Pokemon, and then any evolution Pokemon. We do have a copy of Ultra Ball in here somewhere, I'm pretty sure. Oh, that's why, because I had an extra Marnie. So we'll just add that Ultra Ball. There we go. Now we have Ultra Ball as a part of our search. Avery is going to be a little bit of a draw supporter, and we also get to our opponent has to discard Pokemon from their bench until they have 3, which is really nice. Boss's Orders is going to be a good way of pulling up Pokemon from the active, maybe something that we Echoing Horn, maybe they have a damaged Pokemon on the bench that we want to take a KO on, anything like that. Cheren's Care is a great supporter for this deck because we can take a damaged Arceus VSTAR, put it into our hand, and get all that damage off it, so it's basically a free heal. It really only works, or works best, I should say, if you have another Arceus V already on the bench. This way you can promote that, evolve it into an Arceus VSTAR, and now it's a fresh Pokemon that has no damage on it. Judge and Marnie, we talked about. Melony is going to accelerate a Water Energy from the discard. If we do that, then we get to draw 3 cards. Do keep in mind that you can only accelerate energy to a Pokemon V, so you can't use Melony onto your Inteleon here. You have to attach from the hand, just like you can't accelerate to the Inteleon with the Arceus. It has to be to another Arceus. Professor's Research is going to let us discard our hand, draw 7 cards. It's a great consistency card. We do have Big Charm and Choice Belt. Big Charm is going to give us a little bit of extra health, and Choice Belt is going to allow us to do a little bit more damage. Double Turbo Energy, Capture Energy, Water Energy. There's nothing really in this. I do like the inclusion of Tool Scrapper for 2 reasons. One, it's going to get rid of opposing Choice Belts, air balloons, things like that. And also, if we have an air balloon on our Pokemon, but we need to do a little bit more damage to the active, then we can Choice Belt away our own air balloon and attach a Choice Belt or something like that. So it helps, just like if we need a little bit more health to prevent quick shooting from knocking us out, we can go ahead and get rid of a Choice Belt to put a Big Charm on. Little things like that. That's pretty much the deck. Ordinary Rod's going to get some Pokemon and some energy back, and I think that's the whole thing. So let's go ahead and check it out again. This is not the exact list that won the Aichi Championship League tournament, and also the meta is different in Japan. So the success of this deck, or how poorly I pilot this deck, is not an indicator of this deck's potential. It's just that the environment in Japan is very different than from what we have. So do keep that in mind as we get into these games. Going into game number 1, it looks like we might be up against a fighting deck, so that Dunsparce is going to be very, very important to get out early so that our opponent doesn't take an early one-shot on us. We do want to go first. helps us to evolve our Pokemon a little bit quicker. We're going to take a mulligan here. This would have been a pretty good hand otherwise, because then we could have attached a Capture Energy, Melony, and then just attach another energy the following turn. But instead, we are going to get this. So, not great. Because we're going first, we don't have the option of keep calling. But we will just go ahead and we're going to get this Arceus onto the bench. And that's really all we're going to do. Next turn, we can go ahead and evolve. I should have put the... No, I needed to put the Capture Energy, though. So I can Starburst for a Melony and a Quick Ball. That's fine to get the Water Energy in so I can attach the Double Turbo Energy. And then accelerate the Water Energy with Melony. That's not really a huge problem. Not a great start to the hand. It looks like we are going to be playing against Rapid Strike Urshifu, but there it is. As soon as you see Sobble and Telescopic Sight, you know what's coming. Our opponent can attack this turn, but if they do attack, they would have to have an escape rope in order to take the KO on this thing. They have to get a Water Energy, and they pass. Okay, that's good to know. Good to know. So, I guess we'll evolve, right? There's no sense in not. We'll throw the Double Turbo Energy on. If I Melony, I can't boss. But if I don't Melony, I can't attack. So, we'll go into the active. We'll Starburst. We'll get the Dunsparce. Oh no, we need the Quick Balls, and we can get the Dunsparce with the Quick Ball. We need a Melony. And we do have the Melony. So a Quick Ball, the Water Energy. We'll get the Dunsparce. That's fine. We do also want to get the Manaphy. Don't exactly find it, but we can throw this path down. That's probably alright as well. And we'll just attack. Really nothing else I can do here. We'll self-accelerate just to do, I guess, to get a Water Energy out of the deck. Not the ideal turn. It would have been much better if we were able to attack that Urshifu, but unfortunately we just weren't. We do have the Judge in case we need to reset our hand. This is not a particularly great hand. So hopefully they don't pull off the G-Max Rapid for this turn. And then it's more just a Gale Thrust for 150. So looks like that's what they're going to be going for. They Path to the Peak with the they played the Crobat with the Path to the Peak. So they didn't get the draw off it, which is very nice. And they will not take the KO on this Arceus because of the Dunsparce's ability. So I do desperately have to get another Arceus out onto the field, though, so I can start setting it up. So that is something we have to keep in mind. Looks like they might be setting up a Water Energy with a Quick Ball for next turn. This way they can Rapid Flow and take a bunch of prizes. No, they're going to go get rid of the Marnie and get another Urshifu. And there's the Gale Thrust for 150. Man, this is not great. And I don't want to really Echoing Horn a Sobble back onto him because then they get an extra Shady Dealings opportunity. So I am just going to go ahead and Judge here. This is not a very powerful hand. We do get the Manaphy, though. It's kind of nice. And we can get a Drizzile to get a Quick Ball so we can get another Arceus V into play. So that's kind of good. We do have to give up the Ordinary Rod to do it, though. But that's fine. and we'll get the Arceus V. And now we can Trinity Nova. We'll take 210 damage, and we'll put 3 energies onto our Arceus V over here. Hopefully we can find something off the top deck here. Worst case, we do have the Avery as a little bit of draw support. It'll force our opponent down, but they'll probably take out a Crobat and maybe something else they put down. If they even put another card down. So they might go in for another Gale Thrust and try to just get the Tower of Waters. If they go, no, they're going for Urshifu VMAX. So maybe they get an Air Balloon onto this Urshifu VMAX, coming for another Gale Thrust. That would be really annoying to not to have them cycle through. There's the Drizzile. Yeah, this is not, even with the Dunsparce and the Manaphy, this is not great. I would have really liked the Cheren's Care last turn, but I didn't have the other Arceus to evolve into, so there they go, Tower of Waters. Now they get free retreat. They can go ahead and get another Sobble onto the bench. And I don't think they supported this turn either, so after this they could research if they have. And yeah, there's the Gale Thrust. Very annoying. It would have been so great if we had the Big Charm Tool Scrapper play, but just don't. What do we get off this top deck? We get an Ultra Ball, so that's kind of good. And now they're going to force him to get rid of a couple of things. Crobat's definitely going to be one of them, and then maybe a Drizzile or the Sobble. They're not going to get rid of that Urshifu VMAX. At least I don't expect them to. And they go with a Drizzile. Okay. So we'll evolve. I kind of... We'll get rid of the Ultra Ball. And we'll get another Arceus V. And we'll throw this down. And we'll go ahead and Trinity Nova. But we don't have any more energies to accelerate. Oh, we have 2. That's actually not bad. That's not bad. So, but I got rid of my Ordinary Rod, which is kind of a problem. We have Capture Energy, we have Double Turbo Energy as well. We have 1 more of each. So, hopefully I can find one off this top deck. We'll take 3 prizes no matter what, but it might be a little late. So they're going to start the quick shooting. They can't rapid flow to the bench because of Manaphy, and they can't hit me for a one-shot because of the Dunsparce. So my Dunsparce is safe and my Manaphy is safe unless they do decide to boss one of those up. But now that they've researched, they can't. So I will be taking 3 prizes this next turn, plus whatever we top deck, which is nice. I really want to be able to get a Cheren's Care, because then I get the water energies back into the hand too. And that would be fantastic. They're going to Escape Rope. I think I have to go with the Arceus V. Because I can still Cheren's Care and they still can't knock it out. And then worst case I can retreat into the other one. It'll discard the 2 energy, which is I really don't want to do. But yeah, not a lot of draw support in this deck. You're hoping to use the Inteleon line a little bit more to find the stuff you need. I just don't have it, so we're a little stuck. Like I said, I really hope for a Level Ball Evolution Incense. That would be great. Even the Shady Dealing Drizzile would be fantastic. That would be ideal. Then I get 2 trainers immediately. They already researched, so they're not going to be able to Raihan this turn. They are just getting it for the next turn. Do we have a Marnie still? That would be kind of cool. I know we got rid of Judge. We do have a Marnie. I wouldn't mind a Marnie at this point. And I'm going to start trying to take apart this Dunsparce. So, let's see what we can pull off this top deck. We get the Shady Dealings Inteleon. Let's go. So, yes. What do we want to get? We get 2 trainers. Cheren's Care is probably 1. And then maybe a Rose Tower, so we can draw a couple things. I guess that. Do we have anything to recycle energy? It doesn't look like we do. So, or maybe I go Scoop Up Net. I just played that Sobble last turn, so I could get another card with the Drizzile for next turn. So maybe we go Scoop Up Net. We'll do that. We'll drop you. What did I Scoop Up Net? Oh, I didn't use it. Yeah, I was gonna say what did I? The Cheren's Care. That, oh my! I got so worried for a second. I was like, I don't understand how this is a thing. Yes, we'll look for a trainer card. How many? Did they use any towers yet? If they did, they didn't. So maybe I don't get the tower. They can find it on their own. So maybe I just get the boss for next turn. There's a chance they might be able to knock out this this Dunsparce. So maybe I get the. Maybe I go with the research. They have to attack anyway, so we'll get the research. And we'll drop a Sobble. And now it's just trending over. Hope we get some good stuff off the prizes here. Tool Scrapper is okay. Pal Pad's pretty nice. Big Charm is also very nice. So now we can Pal Pad a Cheren's Care back into the deck. And then search for it with Inteleon. They might look to hit with Waterfall here. I don't have a. Oh, I can do 220 as long if they don't evolve that. Which, if they don't evolve that, that would be a nice target. I'd be able to hit it with a Choice Belt for 230 and take the KO. And we should have one more in the deck. Pretty sure we do. Then I can Inteleon for a boss and Choice Belt. So they're just going to go ahead and Gale Thrust, and I think we are going to win here. I mean, either way, I just attack into this and we win. Very, very nice. I was worried there. Let's try one more game. That was a very interesting game. Hopefully we run into something that is not fighting this time. We do lose the coin flip, so we're going to go second almost assuredly. But, yeah. And I have no idea what our opponent here is playing. And we start a Manaphy, but we do have the Scoop Up Net. And we have a Quick Ball, Double Turbo Energy, Ultra Ball. This might not be terrible. We can actually pull off a turn 2 Trinity Charge, which wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. We are going against an Arceus deck. And it's an Arceus Metal deck. And they just do that. So, we'll Quick Ball away a Water Energy. We'll get an Arceus. We do have a couple Arceus V in the deck. I kind of want to save, like, they can hit for 210. There's a chance they knock this out. There's a chance they knock this thing out. I could go Ultra Ball and get another Arceus V, but I'd rather save it for the V-Star. So we are just going to accelerate to ourselves here. And that's really it. Not the ideal start, but we didn't have an ideal start last time either, and we still managed to pull out the victory, so maybe we can here as well. We don't have any way of doing ping damage, so even if we have to, we're not going to be able to do 220, unfortunately. Crushing Hammer would be very unfortunate. Wow, that's terrible. We do have another double turbo energy in the deck, so we can just Starburst for it, but it is one less card we get to get with Starburst because we have to use it to find now a double turbo energy. What did I discard here? A Choice Belt. Curious to see what they grabbed. It's probably going to be the V-Star, right? Like, why would it not be? They go, oh, this is Arceus Duraludon. I shouldn't have been surprised. I haven't seen Arceus Duraludon play hammers in a while, I feel, though. So, that's fun. And they got rid of the double turbo energy, which is interesting. Because I can't attack the Duraludon with special energy because that's their thing. So I'm obviously going to go ahead and get a path to the peak, most likely. We have to get rid of this. We have to get another another Arceus, unfortunately. We're not knocking it. Oh, no, I can't even. Well, now we just lose, don't we? I did not want to do that. I wanted a Starburst for an Arceus V, for a double turbo energy, and I guess Path probably. I don't even know what I would have done. We had a really bad start, and I just made a huge mistake, so we do kind of lose. So yeah, there we go. I think the deck really does have a ton of potential. I'm not sure how it will do here, just because, again, the meta's a little bit different. Not only are different decks popular, but also they have access to different cards that we don't at the moment. So a little bit different. I don't know if I like it more than the standard Arceus Inteleon build. It's a little bit different. It's not a huge amount of change from it. I do like the addition of Echoing Horn. I don't know if I need two. There are some things I like, and obviously when Roxanne is released, there's going to be at least one Roxanne, and I like the idea of the Pal Pad to be able to get that Roxanne back, and then you can shady dealings for it, all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot going on for the deck. I do think it's a very good deck. Maybe I'm just not experienced with it enough yet. Maybe there's some changes we would make here and there. If I had the ability to Jubilife Village, then I absolutely would have. I know my turn would have ended, but you know, you need that draw sometimes. Both games we played, we had a pretty poor start, and that's bound to happen when you play things like Dunsparce and Manaphy. There are going to be times where you start those Pokemon, unfortunately, and when only 2 double turbo energies, the odds of you starting, especially going second, starting Arceus and getting a double turbo energy are pretty low, which means you're not going to be able to pull out that turn 2 Trinity charge as easily. Yeah, you can dig for it with supporters because you do have access to supporters turn if you go second on your first turn. But now I have to research, or I have to Marnie and hope I hit it, and I can't evolve into my Drizziles to find an Evolution Incense or an Ultra Ball to get the Arceus V-Star to Starbirth for it. There's just a lot going second that I think is a little problematic. It would have been a little bit maybe better in that first game if I had a capture energy. There's a lot of things that, like, if happened, would have been better, and they didn't, unfortunately. That's, you know, when you have a bunch of 1s and 2s of, it's similar to Robin Schultz's Rapid Strike Urshifu list. Maybe you just need more experience with it, and I just don't have the practice. I'm not, like I said, not saying it's bad by any means. I do think it's a very good deck. It obviously won an enormous tournament, so it's more likely my user ever, and potentially a little bit of a harder start for someone with as little experience with the deck as I have. And also the fact that the metas are a little different. There's a bunch of reasons. I'm not making an excuse for why I lost. I made a huge mistake that was 100% on me. So that definitely is a factor there, is user error. But yeah, all that to say, try the deck. And let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know what you think in the comments below. That's going to do it for us today. I hope you enjoyed, found something informative. If you did, subscribe, like, comment, all that kind of stuff. We talked about that. Dragon Shield link in the description. You can become a YouTube member, blah, blah, blah. And I will see you next time.